Hey y'all, welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you how you can build your very own website or blog as easily as possible. I think that every person should have their own website, whether they use that as their brand page or like a portfolio page or have a blog, right? I think it's so important that we have our own websites because we can own all of the content that exists on there. Social media and all of these other platforms are great, but when you have your own domain and your own website where all of your content is kept, you can ensure that the things that you create you own, and that they are somewhere that people can discover and people can visit and view the things that you've created and put out into the world. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own, and you don't have to be a tech wizard. You don't have to know any code. And I think honestly, it's a lot of fun. So let's jump right into it. This is the fun little Lego review blog that I put together just for fun using this tutorial, so you'll know exactly how to put a website together just like this by watching this video. The first thing that you need to know in order to have your own website is that you have to have two things called one domain and one hosting. So think of it like this. A domain would be sort of like the address, the virtual address for your website. That would be like if you're watching this video on YouTube, youtube.com would be the actual domain name. Or if you were thinking of this like physically, right, like a store, the store name on the sign would be like a domain. And hosting would be like the actual physical space where you are selling things or have your store. So you need to have both hosting and a domain in order to make your website go live and be discoverable on the internet. So I'm going to show you how you can do both. And it's important to keep in mind that there are so many options for getting a domain and hosting, but I want us to go sort of the most affordable route possible, because most people, when they're creating a website, it's sort of just for fun. It's sort of to test it out, give it a go. And the thing is, if you bust out $50, $100 a month for like get a web developer and all this stuff, it's just going to be overkill. And so the goal here is to just do this as easily as possible, as affordably as possible. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we're going to focus on here is getting our hosting. And the reason that is because I'm going to show you how to do this through Bluehost. And Bluehost actually includes your domain with your first year of hosting. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click the link in the description below in order to make sure that you're getting the lowest price possible. We're an affiliate with Bluehost, so they pass on a discount to any of the people that click on our link, and they also pay us an affiliate commission if you want to support this channel. We would really appreciate it. So if you just go to bluehost.com and you go to view plans, you'll actually see that it's $2.95 cents a month for the plan that we're actually going to get you a little bit cheaper. They have other options, but we're going to go with that basic plan. So make sure you click the link below, because if you don't, you won't see the prices that that I see as I'm walking you through this tutorial. So once you click on the link and you get to Bluehost, you're going to go ahead and hit Get Started Now. And see, once you follow that link, you'll see that it's actually $1.99 a month. So go ahead and hit Select. Like I said, there are other options here, but we want to just get you started, get your website up, and do that as affordably as possible. So let's just go ahead and get that basic plan. So once you do that, you're going to actually now pick your domain. So this is what we were talking about earlier. This is going to be the actual web address where people can visit your website. So for this video, I'm going to do something like, I was actually looking up Legos earlier and realized that that would be like a good affiliate website to have. So I'm going to do, let's do mylegoreviews.com. So you're going to hit search for domain. Okay, so My Lego Reviews is not available. Let's try My Lego Review. that one is available. So sometimes the domain name that you're going to want to get isn't available. That's totally fine. Don't get discouraged. Keep trying. A lot of times I recommend that people just use their name. I already own my own domain name, so that's why I'm choosing a different one here. Now, once you go ahead and pick a domain, you're going to see that there are a couple of add-ons here. Now, the thing is, I'm not discouraging you from using these add-ons, but again, we're trying to focus on making this as affordable as possible, as accessible to as many people as possible. So this domain privacy plus protection is actually only free for the first month. It's monthly that they charge you for this. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. I also don't really think it's that necessary. All this does is it actually just hides like your name and address, for your business. And if you don't want to worry about that, it's fine. When you start getting more traffic and more visitors to your website, you can always add that on later if you'd like. The other thing that I would go ahead and toss is the professional email. You can add that on later as well too, but the thing is, we just want to keep this as affordable as possible. So if you went through this process using the link that we gave you, this will actually only be $23.88. So that's going to be for the whole first year. So we're going to go ahead and continue to checkout. Okay, so go ahead and put in your information. I'm going to go ahead and fill out mine. Once you get a secure password, you're going to go ahead and put in your information. One recommendation I'll make is that after we finish this process, it's going to automatically begin the process of downloading WordPress for free, and it's going to move over to the WordPress platform. So make sure that you save your email and your password just somewhere separate. That way you can get to it later. So go ahead and hit submit payment. And when you do, it's going to go ahead and process, and then it's going to actually start the process of downloading WordPress and getting your website activated automatically. So in this process, you'll eventually see this pop-up come up that says your new WordPress site is installing. So Bluehost and WordPress are actually partnered so that as soon as you finish buying your hosting and domain, WordPress automatically begins installing. So once you go through that process, you can go ahead and hit log in to WordPress, and it's going to bring you to your new website that you just finished purchasing. So the first thing to keep in mind is that your domain is going to be like a temporary domain. So it's not going to actually show your domain at first. It takes around 24 hours for your domain to actually show up the way it was when you bought it. So that's totally fine. And you want to give it a second to just load up and get the process going. Your website is also going to be blank whenever you start. So I'm going to walk you through how you can install a free theme that will allow you to customize your website and get it looking great. So just go ahead and wait, let it load up and do its thing, and then we'll get to that, okay? All right, y'all, so once you finish sort of letting it install WordPress, you're going to see a pop-up that looks something like this. And it might look different for you depending on how Bluehost develops over time, but generally, I would just say go ahead and skip this step. So we're going to go down here to the bottom. You'll see I'm following a tutorial. Take me to the dashboard. So what that means is this is going to be your WordPress admin dashboard. So if you see here, this is just basically all of the things that you can use on WordPress. So you have like your post page where you can add blog posts. You have your pages where you can add contact pages, about pages, all of those things. You have an appearance where you can add a theme, which we're about to get to. But the first thing I want you to be aware of is that your site status is not live. So your website is not live yet because you haven't put anything on it. If you look at the site preview, it's just a new WordPress site coming soon, right? So we're going to go ahead and install a theme. That way we can get our website looking the way we want. So go ahead and go to Appearance, go to Themes, and we're going to find a free theme called Astra. I'm going to hit Add New Theme. Okay, and you can exit out of any of these like little things that are in your way. Okay, we're going to type in Astra. Oh, you don't actually hit enter when you type it in. You just let it do its thing. I always make that mistake. And we're going to go ahead and click install. So go ahead and install Astra, and you're going to see the little rotating wheel letting you know that it's installed. Then you're going to go ahead and hit activate so that you can activate this theme as your website's primary theme. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and hit let's get started with starter templates. So the reason we're using starter templates is because these are already made beautifully to look aesthetically pleasing, and then we can edit these starter templates to get our website looking just really aesthetically pleasing, really high quality, really quickly. So go ahead and hit let's get started with starter templates, and that's going to activate. That way you can go ahead and choose from some of these templates. You can build your website from scratch, but remember, we're trying to make this as easy as possible. So go ahead and hit that, and it will activate starter templates. So you're going to see two options. You'll see an AI website builder, and you'll see a classic starter templates. So we're going to go ahead and go to classic starter templates. I'll probably end up making a tutorial for the AI website builder at some point, but for now, I just want to show you how to do this with the starter templates. So once you click on the starter templates, you're going to see a ton of options that you can choose from. But I'm going to go ahead and choose from blog because I want to make sure the theme I choose has a blog page already included. Now you can choose like a personal site if you're an artist or an author, or if you want to have just like a local business website, things like that. You can choose from all of these options. There's tons of beautiful options. They have really cool portfolio, like they have like nature websites. It's just a ton of options. But we're going to go ahead and go to blog, and then I'm going to choose one that feels good to me. I like this actually, like this planet Earth vibe here. So I'm going to click that. And at this point, you can upload a site logo if you have one. If you don't have a logo, little cheat code, if your website is your name, just make a signature, sign on a pad or sign on your computer, and then you can use your signature as your logo, or you can actually generate a logo using DALL-E 3 on ChatGPT, or there's plenty of logo generators out there that you can use. And then you can sort of choose from a couple of options to initially get you started. So you can choose from different fonts that you like. I really liked the one that was starting, this Jost and Roboto, probably Jost, who knows. And then you can choose from your color palettes and just choose some different vibes you like. I really liked the green already, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And what this is going to do is this is actually going to give you, so you want to give a little information. So I am beginner. I'm building my website for myself. Submit and build my website. And then you want to just let it take the time to build your website. It doesn't take long at all. This is actually going to give your website that look, the template that we pulled up, so that we can then edit it to make it more relevant to us, to fit our brand or our vibe. So you can see it's already on 90%, so it's a pretty quick process. There you go. Once you see the confetti, once you see the confetti, you know it's ready to go. Mine took just 24 seconds. So go ahead and hit view your website. So now you can see that this is actually what the website looks like now. And the best part of this is that now that we have this up, we can actually start customizing and editing this website. So if you click customize here or edit page here, you're going to get two different options. This customize bar, when you click it, is going to pull up your actual native WordPress editor. So you'll see active theme Astra, right? And then you'll see that you can choose from all of these different pages in order to actually edit your website. So you can choose from colors, you can choose your different typography, you can choose like different buttons, different colors. Everything that you could possibly edit on your website, you can now edit from right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple of things to show you kind of what this would look like. So the first thing I want is up here on my menu, I want a blog page. So I'm going to go ahead and click here, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit configure menu. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create edit menu. This is the primary menu, and I'm going to hit add item. Oh, sorry, you have to type it right here. You're going to hit add new page, We're going to hit blog, and that will actually add it to our menu. So if you look back over here, you'll now see that we have a blog page, and you can edit the order that this is in by just dragging it. Like say I wanted this to be right here, it would move it there. So if you wanted to make more pages, like say you wanted to put different categories underneath here, you could actually just add a new page, and then you would just drag it a little to the side and see how it actually puts this drop down arrow here so you can see different options. So I'm going to go ahead and move this back here. Okay, so that's how you can add new pages to your menu. And I'm basically going to use this sidebar and a couple of other things here on WordPress to start getting this website to look like it's mine. Now, with the WordPress native editor here that we got to through clicking the customize button, you'll be able to edit things like these pages up here. You'll be able to edit your footer down here to make sure that all of this information is correct as well. You'll be able to upload your logo, all of these things on the customize. But what about when we're ready to make this page actually look the way that we want it to? Well, in order to do that, make sure, just a little pro tip for when you're making these websites, always publish your changes. Make sure to publish your changes. You will be very upset if you exit and you lose the things that you're making. So publish your changes. But if we want to make this actually look something like what we're trying to do, right? Something that looks like us rather than just the template, you're going to go to edit page here. And this is going to bring up, instead of the WordPress native editor, this is going to bring up the editor for Astra. So once you do that, you'll start seeing all of these options to now edit. So this is going to be so simple. And so what we're going to do here though, is we're just going to start making this like kind of match us. So, you know, I'm going to put my Lego reviews. Okay. And then endless potential kind of sounds cool with the Lego vibe, so we're going to leave that, but you could change that. You can change this button, so I could put explore all Lego reviews, right? And then if you want to change, say, just the background here, you can click the background and you can actually go over here to style and you'll see the actual image. So we can hit change image. So I can exit here and we can hit change image. Select file, and then you're going to want to select a file that fits something that goes along with your theme. I'm going to choose just a quick Lego like general picture. So I'm going to choose something like this. You'll go to select file, and then you will go find that picture. So I have this silver Lego, and once you do that, you will actually see the image pop up on the background. So just go ahead and give it a second to populate. Mine's going in now, so just give it a second to do its thing. You might want to change your colors once you get like a background added where you think, hey, this might be contrasted, not so good. So in order to do that, we want to make sure that we save what we created, and then we would go back to customize and we would change these colors. And you will follow a very similar process for the rest of your website. So you can just say I wanted to review Lego bundles. I wanted to review, say, something like Lego action figures, Lego special edition. There we go. About me, right? You could put this like in here. You could put I'm a Lego enthusiast. You get the idea, right? So once you get everything in there, you're going to want to hit save. And when you hit save, it'll go ahead and keep all of the changes that you made. Okay, and then we can go to view page and you can see all the changes that you made. So on Bluehost, if you navigate to, or actually on WordPress, if you navigate to your Bluehost tab over here, you'll see this coming soon page, and you can actually turn this off. That will remove the coming soon page. So now that your site is actually live, so you can wait until your site is actually finished and you're done editing it before you do that. But that's just how you do that. So I just wanted to show you that so that you know, how to get your website actually visible. That way people can go visit it and check it out. Give your website around 24 hours or so to let your domain go active and get Bluehost to get everything set up, and then you'll be ready to go. So after about 15 minutes of playing around, this is what I ended up with as my Lego reviews website. So this was all just done exactly the way that I showed y'all. So if you were curious, yeah, this is how it kind of came together. It's pretty cute. I don't plan on starting a Lego affiliate website, but if I was, I'd have a really good head start. So just to kind of wanted to show you that, kind of give you a little insight so you could see the rest of it kind of built out a little bit. I hope this gives you a little more clarity and makes the process as easy as possible. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.